Hi, I'm Kylie, just another Army vet, and today I'm filming my first video in my new studio in my new house. So yes, I still have a long way to go in terms of trying to set this up, because right now it's definitely subpar. But that's okay. I will go ahead and fix this office up, but right now I'm more focused on the Christmas holidays as well as trying to get my house unpacked and my family settled in. But on to today's video. This is Women of Honor OTA Chennai. OTA is the Officer Training Academy in Madras or Chennai, India. And this is where the civilian women actually go to train to become officers in the Indian Army. For those of you who don't know, Chennai, Madras is actually a coastal city in the state of Tamil Nadu. It is the gateway of southern India. And I actually visited there many years ago back in 2001. And I really enjoyed it and I would love to go back one day. This video is actually coming from the channel Dreamcatchers Films, even though this is actually National Geographic. This is the length of the video. I may go ahead and break this up into two parts. Let's get to it.
From the might of fiery goddesses to women of valor, India is no stranger to Nari Shakti, the power of a woman. From fighting in Subhash Chandra Bose's army in India's War of Independence, to winning the Lantry Awards in independent India. When it comes to upholding the honor of the country, the women of India have walked shoulder to shoulder with its men. And it was here, in 1992, that the first batch of 25 women cadets was trained. The Officers Training Academy in Chennai. Today, the OTA is a premier military academy, and the only one to train women cadets, turning them into proud officers of the Indian Army.
So that is for women cadets who are joining the Army. However, I think the Supreme Court of India did actually make a decision regarding women attending the NDA, the National Defense Academy. And I think this past fall, the first women cadets actually entered into the class.
I'm on a mission, I'm playing good, I'm in position, I'm staying up, staying late. You're doing good, I'm doing great. Recognition, you're doing good, I'm doing great.
It's a warm Chennai morning. A 26-year-old lady cadet is gearing up for an important day.
I am Battalion Under Officer Ipupu Mena, and I am from Arunachal Pradesh. As a kid, I was always a very physically active kid. I could not sit still. I always used to play around with boys more than the girls. Run around, jump over here and there. So I had in my mind that I wanted to join Indian Army. But I never said it out loud because you are very introvert, you feel awkward saying your dreams to other people.
She has completed 6 of her rigorous 11-month course at the OTA, and now is a senior termer, and an appointment, a position of prestige and responsibility.
Today the new cadets are arriving in the academy. And as I'm a senior termer and an appointment, I'll be one of the seniors who will be addressing them.
Ipupu?
Yes?
Jungus are coming. Let's go.
Let's go.
So is it normal for them to be wearing their cover indoors, their cover being their hat?
A star cadet at the academy, Ipupu is also in the running for the coveted Sword of Honor, awarded to the best performing cadet. The OTA welcomes approximately 250 cadets twice a year. 23-year-old Shriti Dubey is one among them. Bright-eyed and eager to begin her journey towards becoming an officer in the Indian Army.
The best feeling while coming to OTA is when our bus entered. There's a gate that has been written there, the Officers Training Academy. I was so excited.
Jane ma'am,
Cadet Shriti Dubey from Bhopal. I have been asked to report to Jozilla Company.
Welcome cadets to Officers Training Academy Chennai. First of all, congratulations. You are the best who have been chosen to serve in the Indian Army. I am Battalion Under Officer Ipupu Mena. To my right is Senior Under Officer Suniti Chamoli.
From now on, cadets, you're not from Karnataka, not from West Bengal, Northeast or North. You're from Indian Army. Where are you from? Indian Army!
How's the Josh? I cannot hear you. How's the Josh?
ZP, what is
My
that?
mother and my father, they used to live in Uttar Pradesh, Kanpur. I've been staying with my Nana Nani since I was 1.5 years in Bhopal.
Uttar Pradesh. Isn't that where Panchayat takes place?
My mother and father always want to me do something which is different. But I want to improve my personality.
Haircuts are mandatory for all cadets except Sikhs, marking the start of training and a distinct shift away from their old civilian life.
I lost my mother 1 year back. She was an NCC cadet. She wanted to join army. She's my ideal. I miss my mom, and now my father is there. So I can't cry in front of him because I am his strength.
One ceremonial covered one two heckle feather.
Over the years, almost 30% of the officers who have been commissioned into the army have come from the OTA Chennai, which includes about 25,000 odd gentlemen cadets and almost 2,500 plus women officers. We have started this inducting women into the army about early 90s. Earlier there were little apprehensions whether they would be able to cope with the workload and the demands of service life. But let me say with a lot of pride that they have risen to the occasion, and whatever task has been given to them, they have performed it exceedingly well.
You see those jump wings?
Post the 1962 conflict with China, a need was felt to modernize and expand the Indian Army, and for which a lot more number of officers were required. So emergency commission courses had to be conducted. So 2 officers training schools were established, one in Pune and the other one in Chennai, then Madras. So initially we had these temporary barracks where people used to stay. Even the classrooms were temporary barracks. Over the years now, since we are more than 55 years old, the infrastructure has developed tremendously, the best possible in the world today.
Is it a requirement to attend this school for them to be a college graduate? If someone wants to clarify in the comments, thank you.
Crack of dawn, first day for new cadets. Amidst the chaos, seniors help the juniors to get set for the morning drill. And Ipupu keeps a hawk's eye on everyone.
When the work is given, if it's done or it's not done, you'll come and report back that it's senior. When you come from a civilian world, you are very individualistic. But when you're army, you're responsible for the people that are around you. So you have to make sure that if you're good, they should also be good. Company, Savdan. I'm proud and privileged. To be ordained as an.
All the cadets are divided into 2 battalions, and further into 6 houses or companies. Out of these, Zojila and Philora are the 2 lady cadet companies, proud and fiercely competitive.
Excellence and purity. It's very tough to be in Zojila because Zojila is known for very strong lady cadets. Very, very strong. Mentally, physically, you have to be good in everything.
Hail India.
Don't be afraid of the ball, it will not kill you. When I say bend, I want ekdam sabka fast reaction, everybody ek saath. It should be tak tak. Bend. Get up everybody. This is not the reaction that I want. I'm telling get up and you're taking 1 day to get up. Shriti, are you hurt, injured? You want me to take ragda very hard? Yes, ma'am. This is not even ragda, this is not even half of R.
Ragda, I know that word from Major Jacob on the Beer Biceps podcast I reacted to.
On front roll. Now how to do it? You want me to give demo? Show her a demo.
She is being so calm.
Why you're
There's
putting
no
it?
yelling?
Because you're afraid. that you might get hurt. Fall down on this portion. Look at her. Do it slowly. She's not, when she's bending, she's putting her head behind and then falling on her back. Okay?
Forward
yes,
somersaults.
little bit better. Get up. See, making you learn this because any senior, any officer might anytime. Before being a leader, I always expect me to be a good human being. So if I'm leading my course mates or any other group, I make sure that I know my people around me.
Ipupu Mena ma'am, she's demo type. She's good in everything.
Head down. Give a joke for me. Go.
मेंटली तो आई एम स्ट्रॉन्ग बट मेरा फिजिकल थोड़ा सा वीक है तो आई एम ट्राइंग हियर कि कैसे भी फिजिकल अच्छा स्ट्रॉन्ग हो जाए और हो जाएगा.
The first day has been hard for Shriti, unaccustomed to this level of physical exertion. But she's clearly not one to give up easily.
Once they join the academy, not everybody, but many of them may have not done any physical activity in their life at all. So they get the first shock of their life that, okay, I have to do all these things.
I think the NDA, OTA, IMA, etc. I think before you go to any of these courses, I think it is definitely wise to physically prepare yourself, whether you're working out or training or whatever. That way, when you do get to these schools, that you're not completely overwhelmed with the physicality of it.
First thing I tell these juniors that there's no women empowerment in army. You are all already empowered. That is why you are here.
The imposing Rizong Law, named after the mountain pass in Ladakh, where the Indochina War of 1962 was fought, is where the High Command of OTA is seated. This includes Major General Arun, the DCCI or Deputy Commandant and Chief Instructor.
Sit down.
Is that the battle that it was like 10,000 Chinese versus 30 Indians or something? I think that might be the same one. I'm not sure though.
Sir, running. Sit down. I say you're fond of running, so it's okay. Take off your cap, sit down. Yeah. How is your physical standards?
Infinitely more difficult for a woman, an Indian woman, to get into the Officers Training Academy or the Armed Forces than it is for an average Indian male. So what is it that they bring? They bring a great fire. They bring a passion. They bring a want to not just prove to themselves that they are capable of doing what they set out to do, but also to the larger circle of friends and family, to the society, to the nation as a whole. Now this fire and passion translates to a commitment and a dedication during the training process. Now when you put these three together, what you have is an outstanding product.
The OTMS, with the capacity to seat 500, is where junior and senior cadets sit together, but all within protocol.
Any senior here? Senior? How many juniors? Seniors, you need to teach the juniors as to how to have food. Please teach them as to how to open and close the plate.
When I first came here and I had my first lunch, I was looking at the seniors. They were using this spoon and forks. I've ate with the spoons, but I've never ate it with the full mess etiquette. I didn't know. I was so confused. I even dropped one of the spoons inside. I was nervous because the seniors were telling me you have to do this and you have to do that, and then it fell. I had very little lunch that day because I was afraid, I was confused that I'll do some more mistakes.
Open a plate and close a plate. What does he mean by that exactly? But so I guess in India, I guess many people do use their hands to eat, and maybe some people are just not as familiar with spoons or forks and whatnot. And I think that's why she was having a hard time trying to get used to the utensils, or at least that's what I'm getting from the video. If someone wants to clarify that, I would appreciate it. Thank you.
Raised in a lower Dibanga valley in Arunachal Pradesh, Ipupu's dream of joining the Indian Army were not realized with ease.
When I used to watch movies and all in the TVs, so army, it used to make me really feel like I really need to join this. But I didn't have any idea how to do it. I think it was in the destiny because I got to meet people who were very interested in defense, and I realized like where I was. This whole time I was in a cocoon. But after talking to those people, I realized that maybe I can do it. Maybe I could be a one who could lead, like be a path breaker.
And after completing her graduation from civil engineering, Ipupu is now being trained to become a leader at the OTA. She is an appointment, a privilege given to only 84 out of the 500 cadets. Every morning, the appointments arrive at the office of the adjutant, or administrative head of the academy, to take orders that help them plan the daily routine of the cadets. The appointments are the important bridge between OTA management and the cadets.
So I think what he's saying is that appointments are cadets with leadership positions.
It feels really tough. At points I feel stressed out. At point it feels like I'm not getting time for myself. But you stand a little bit above from others because you have it in you. So in order to prove yourself, in order to give your best, in order to get trained well, you have to burn more than others.
Some of these appointments are also frontrunners for the prestigious Sword of Honor, the ultimate recognition of excellence. With the final decision barely 5 months away, their performance is under keen observation. 49 weeks of rigorous training will culminate in the passing out parade, when they will finally become officers in the Indian Army, and one deserving cadet will receive the Sword of Honor. In 2011, Lady Cadet Divya Ajit became the first ever woman to be given the coveted Sword of Honor, creating history at the OTA. Only 3 women have been awarded with the Sword of Honor, and Ipupu will have to bring out her best to be the next.
Training is very tough, but the schedule is also very hectic. And by the end of the 6 months, you see the changes. Most of my course mates, I've seen the changes, how they came and how they are now, and how confident they have become now. By the end of the training, I want to be a very good officer, a very fine officer. All this training and all push me to go out of my limits, to do things that people haven't even imagined. I want to give my best.
At the heart of all training are 3 very basic factors. You have to be able to shoot straight, have physical fitness, stamina, and along with these 2 qualities, be a good leader. Be able to take your men along with you.
Within a few weeks into training, sleepless and exhausted, Shriti is holding the rifle for the first time today.
4.5 kg का होता है, तो just to hold it in one hand is difficult because पहले कभी ऐसे उठाया नहीं होता है.
नहीं पहले कॉक करना उसके बाद मैगजीन चढ़ाना.
Being a soldier, what we first imagine is a weapon. So when we first came here, we didn't know anything about the weapon. But now, being here in the academy, we had so many scorpers, so many lessons for weapon. But when we go for the real firing, it's where the thrill is.
Detail, line position. Detail, khali kar.
When you put the magazine on the rifle and cock it, and then it makes that sound, and then for that very moment, you feel invincible because just one trigger and then you shoot.
Single shot, fire.
For now, in the range, we just shoot in the target. But when we're in the field, it will be the enemy terrorist or whoever it may be. Ek goli, ek dushman.
सामने figure 11 target. Single shot, fire.
With the intense training at the academy, aches and pains, even injuries are not uncommon amongst the cadets. Ipupu is nursing an ankle injury, and with the crucial test in the morning, she is leaving nothing to chance.
So as a medic, this is really hard to watch because yes, she's doing the right thing by icing her injury, but you never directly put ice on your skin. What she should do is to elevate her ankle and then to put some sort of barrier in between the ice and her skin, such as a towel or a bag or something.
Tomorrow I have first attempt BPAT test. So I want to perform my best. I have to relax so that I can perform tomorrow a 5-kilometer run.
It is the morning of the Battle Physical Efficiency Test, or BPET, which consists of 5-kilometer run, horizontal and vertical rope climb, 60-meter sprint, and ditch. The BPET will certainly push the cadets to their limit.
It's a 5-kilometer run. Do not start sprinting. First 100 meters start pacing yourself. Thereafter you can scoot. Alright? Are you confident? Yes, sir! On my count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
And they're off. But Chennai's high humidity makes this run harder, even for the toughest of cadets.
And with a full gear
finds
too.
herself struggling to keep up. And it seems the BPET has overpowered Ipupu. The 5-kilometer run may have brought Ipupu to her knees.
My run wasn't what I expected exactly. I think it was lack of practice because I had an ankle injury, so I wasn't running too much of 5-kilometer run. And for this kind of run, you need endurance. You have to build it up, which was lacking. And also, I think I wasn't well hydrated. I wasn't having any control over my body. I just continued. I could only finish it good.
But nothing can keep her down. There is the horizontal and vertical rope.
You know your capability.
60-meter sprint and ditch, still left to prove herself.
Very good.
A good soldier knows how to rise after a fall, and Ipupu is all soldier.
Yeah, I would fail that rope climb.
These two pass, 1 and 2 pass. This test, as the name suggests, is a battle physical efficiency test. So it is soldiers' assessment for their efficiency and their readiness for a battle.
The BPET might be over, but the inter-company judo competition awaits. And after the setback this morning, Ipupu is back in the game. A win here will get her company the trophy and help her gain crucial points to stay on the top.
Are all the women cadets or are all the cadets at OTA actually trained in judo? In the U.S. Army, our martial art and fighting is called combatives.
At the start, we all were individual persons, but now we were Zulus, a part of Zozula. We bleed blue, that's what we say.
What stands out the most to me is that there is almost no yelling, and that's exactly the opposite experience of when I went to Army basic training, and it's exactly the opposite of all the other branches basic training, as well as all the military academies such as Army OCS and the Naval Academy. There's a lot of yelling that goes on at those places. So to me that seems kind of odd. I think that's just the way that the Indian military, or at least the OTA, actually does it, or at least that's how they do it in front of the cameras. So I don't know, maybe when the cameras are off, there is a lot of yelling. Who knows? Thanks for watching, and once part 2 is up, I'll put it right here. And if you did like what you saw, I would appreciate a like and a sub.